Viking is committed to the idea of destination-driven learning, and the Resident Historian program offers many opportunities for our guests to really learn and explore and delve into the concept of the place. There's nothing like it in terms of the passion and the excitement that comes with sharing experiences. This is what I love. There are two aspects to the Resident Historian program. On the one hand, we have iconic lectures to provide a context for learning, thinking about, and anticipating the commentary from our local guides once we reach the port, and then be able to learn more from him or her on one of those excursions. We include aspects of the architecture, of the painting or sculpture or music, what it is that was so important in that chapter of history that was coming to life, perhaps for the very first time in Western civilization. But we also offer what we call roundtables. These are smaller sessions that return one to a university setting with a discussion section. Guests who are keenly interested in a more minute or a specialist subject about the area that we're visiting. So that discussion section format is a little bit more intimate, breaks down some of the barriers of our large Star Theater audience, and allows us to also learn from one another. The Resident Historian also addresses various aspects of world history. So it's not just the ancient history, but also thinking about the people of the medieval periods and even up to the contemporary concerns. A resident historian may deal with the history of thousands of years ago, but as well the important and significant aspects of history in our lifetimes. Our resident historians are drawn from a wide variety of different facets of the field of history. All of them have either had teaching or lecturing experience and might have expertise in areas of military history, maritime history, perhaps art history or cultural history, music history, even Arctic exploration history, and they become part of a Viking faculty. What they bring to the enrichment program is of a specialist nature, but they're able to share their enthusiasm about what it is about their aspect and approach to history, why it's important and why it's significant for our guests. The resident historian is also on board for the duration of the itinerary, not only attending the other lectures, attending and participating in different excursions and in the ports, but also dining with our guests and around, available to field questions and to further discussions that may have been brought up from an aspect of an iconic lecture or perhaps one of those roundtable discussions. The opportunity to have that interface, that one-on-one learning with a resident historian. This is something that Viking prides itself on making very important, accessibility to the resident historians in so many different places aboard the ship. There's also plans for the resident historian to lead a group that would go in further depth, privileged access to learn about a site with the resident historian, to understand the nature of a museum, of an archaeological site, of some aspect of the contemporary culture that could be brought to life by having more time in depth spent with a knowledgeable expert. The resident historian is the guide at your side. For adult learning, there's nothing like it. History pervades a Viking ship, and we're very proud of that.